Hi, I'm Deanne Stansberry, and this is my narrative speech entitled Pennies from Heaven. I want to tell you a story about the common penny, and I would guess that most of you would see the significance of a common penny as being its monetary value of 1 cent or 1/100th of a dollar. But the Pennies from Heaven story has a little bit different value to attribute to the penny. I first heard the phrase pennies from heaven when my sister Pat was preparing a children's sermon to do at her church, and she told me about it. And the general meaning of the story was that whenever you find a single penny, that someone in heaven is thinking about you. And I thought this was a kind of a neat story. I had never had that experience myself. Pat had had a similar experience when she found a penny on the headstone of her son James's gravesite. And having lost 2 brothers previously, Chuck and Dick, I thought it would be kind of neat if they could send me a penny or some sort of a reminder that they were thinking about me from heaven. And this did not happen to me, however, until many years later. My brother Terry passed away in 2002, and in March of 2003, on my birthday, March 2nd, I came out of the bank and I found a single penny. And you might say, well, that's not that incredible, finding money in a bank. But when I bent down to pick the penny up, I looked at the year on the penny, and it was 1964. I was born on March 2nd of 1964, and I found this penny on March 2nd. And my brother Terry was also born in March. His birthday was March 8th, and he had a habit of calling me sometime in those early days in March, and we would always have an annual happy birthday conversation. So that was my first Pennies from Heaven experience. And then the next time that I remember that happening was in 2007. Early in 2007, in March, my father-in-law passed away. And then in May of 2007, my same sister, Pat, was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and she passed away in July of 2007. So I felt like my kids had spent a lot of time that spring visiting Grandpa Stansberry at the hospice house, and then that summer visiting Aunt Pat at home or at the hospital. And we really hadn't done a lot of summer things. So we literally left on our family vacation the day of my sister's funeral service, immediately after the service. And we left and drove to Omaha and stayed at a water park. And on the way down there, we stopped in Des Moines at Action Accents, and I wanted to purchase a bathing suit. As I went up to the counter to pay for the bathing suit, I looked down, and there on the ground was a single penny. So I picked that up, and I thought of that as my second penny from heaven. Do I think that people who are in heaven are able to manipulate the physical world to send us a penny? Probably not. Do I think that God is able to do that? Yes, absolutely. And I think that perhaps that's what pennies from heaven are, is a reminder from God, who knows that there are people in heaven who are with Him, who are thinking of us down here on earth. And so that's my Pennies from Heaven story. Thank you. Now I would like to